The Wooden Shoe Bookstore on South Street is not your typical independent bookstore. Rather than using a traditional business model, they have run their store, which is also a nonprofit organization, on the ideals of anarchy for over 35 years. The store's unpaid volunteers work cooperatively and not for a specific leader.
There's no boss or anything calling the shots. There's no owner. We all own it. So we're all workers, or we're all bosses here. None of us get paid, though, so we're all volunteers, too.
The Wooden Shoe not only runs their business in an avant-garde way, but they also sell books, t-shirts, and other paraphernalia that is not usually found in other stores. They carry books on topics like feminism, trans studies, and, of course, anarchism.
Well, we are kind of a specialty bookstore. We specialize in left-wing political stuff. We have an anarchism section, but we have stuff by all sorts of other left-wing people.
Some people find that such an eccentric collective business model is too different from the cultural norm to be successful.
Leadership is very important for any business or corporation to work well together. I don't think you can work independently.
There has to be some sort of leadership. Somebody has to be in charge. Regardless of how many people there are, there still has to be a lead person.
I think it depends on what kind of business it is, how simple or complicated it is. It depends on what you're doing, what your goal is.
Some people believe that such a business could function if properly run.
Well, if they all have a joint interest in something, they would work harder to accomplish a goal.
We've got a lot of these models in France, because I'm French, and it works.
Generally, the employees have a better idea of what's going on than one boss. One boss often sits in an office and doesn't know all the components of a business, but if all the employees work together, then they could probably do a really good job.
Though many people think a collective business would be successful, few have attempted to run their business in this way.
But our process is very unique because it's a very inclusive atmosphere. Nobody's kept out, and what we move forward with is a result of, a true democratic approach where everybody has a say.
It's really more than a bookstore. We go out of our way to not just sell books. We also are a community space to have meetings, for people who are touring the country, talking, to speak here. It's a place for people to post up flyers so people know what's going on in the community. We do sell books, and even just the book selling is for a purpose.
The Wooden Shoe is dependent on their volunteers' dedication to the business. The staff members work to balance their responsibilities at the Wooden Shoe with their real-world responsibilities.
With my involvement with the shoe, I've really taken on responsibilities that I've never really done in my life. I get to see how a business operates. I never saw myself really doing what I'm doing now, which is, seeing expenses that, come into play when you have a business, and making sure that, people are paid. And it's really helping me at home, too, with my own personal fiscal responsibility.
Though some find odds with the radical views and philosophies that the Wooden Shoe champions, the bookstore has found a comfortable home in the eclectic South Street neighborhood where the organization is widely respected for its uniqueness.
I'm really happy that they are actually on South Street, where they used to be off of South Street for so many years. That, everybody deserves a voice, and so if the anarchists want to have a bookstore on South Street, they should have a bookstore on South Street.
I'm all for collective operations, basically, and the Wooden Shoe has been really, really good to us. They've been terrific neighbors.
I really like meeting all the different people that come in. There's just a whole large variety of people from all different sorts of backgrounds and experiences.
We're your friendly neighborhood anarchists. Come talk to us.
Overall, the volunteers at the Wooden Shoe Bookstore have found a way to implement the ideals of anarchy into our modern-day capitalist society, thus creating a haven for controversial and alternative ideas. This is Emmy Cohen reporting for WHYY Young Journalists at the Wooden Shoe Bookstore.